Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity 16.1.0 Supportability and Feature Training. I am Ramakrishna. In this session, we are going to cover the new functionalities added to Roadmaps capability. As part of this release, with respect to Clarity Roadmaps, we have added functionalities like displaying roadmap events, names and images, displaying roadmap item events in legend, ability to filter on has dependencies and has agreements attributes, and drag and drop ordering on roadmap items. Why is this important? Roadmap events, view option to display names. Showing details of roadmap event names with images and displaying roadmap item events in the legend that can be exported to PDF provides better information to key stakeholders for making business decisions. With the ability to filter on has dependencies and has agreement attributes, similar to the predecessor and successor filters, it would be beneficial to filter on just those roadmap items that have agreements and dependencies set. This would allow us to see all cross-portfolio division dependencies. Roadmap items, drag and drop ordering. This enhancement provides greater flexibility in ranking of roadmap items or manually sorting them for better data management. Roadmap events, view option to display names. In 16.1.0, we have introduced a flag show labels in Events tab of View options in Roadmaps timeline layout. User can select the roadmap events and turn on the show labels flag to display the name along with associated image and line in the timeline layout. We have the ability to select the events and display with a combination of associated information like name, image, line, or name and image, or name and line. Roadmap item events, names and images getting displayed in legend. We have introduced the capability of displaying roadmap item events details in legend in Roadmaps timeline layout. User can view the roadmap item event information in legend by selecting roadmap item event and selecting legend option. By using export to PDF, user can export roadmap event details displayed in timeline layout and roadmap item events detailed in legend. Filter for has dependencies and has agreements attributes. We have included has dependencies and has agreements attributes to roadmap filters. User can filter on has dependencies and has agreements attributes and view respective roadmap items in timeline, board and grid layouts. Roadmap items, drag and drop ordering. In 16.1.0, we introduced the functionality of drag and drop a roadmap item order in roadmap item grid. We introduced a new virtual attribute order on roadmap item that can be configured through columns in roadmap item grid. When we configure order attribute in grid, order would reflect the ordering of roadmap items in roadmap grid on roadmap item name in ascending order. Later, user can sort on order column as required. User can create a roadmap item with order on ascending or descending sort, and the newly created roadmap item would reflect the new order based on sorting. If the user is in ascending order and creates a roadmap item by clicking plus, then order assigned will be 1. If the user is in descending order and creates a roadmap item by clicking plus, then order assigned will be the last number. Drag and drop functionality is enabled on roadmap item grid. User should sort on order for drag and drop to be enabled. User with roadmap edit rights will see drag and drop icon on mouse over, and using this icon, user can perform manual drag and drop. User without roadmap edit rights will not see drag and drop icon on mouse over and cannot perform manual drag and drop. If roadmap item grid is not sorted on order, then user will see an information message and cannot perform drag and drop. User can drag and drop a roadmap item when roadmap item grid is sorted on order. When user drags and drops a roadmap item, order of that roadmap item changes, and also the order of below roadmap items changes accordingly. We have introduced the capability to recalculate order from sort. We have a new column menu action available on the order column to recalculate the order values based on the currently selected grid view. User with roadmap edit rights can perform recalculate order from sort. This will help the user to update the order on demand based on the sort order of the current view. Recalculate order from sort column menu action will be disabled if the sort is on order. Let us go through the demo of the new functionalities added to Clarity Roadmaps. Let us go through the demo of roadmap events view options to display names. For the demo purpose, I have logged in as a user with roadmap edit rights, navigated into a roadmap and presently on timeline layout. I click on view options, go to events, and we have two flags to enable show roadmap events and to show labels. Let us basically switch on the flag show roadmap events and then also switch on show labels. Now let me select today, PI1, PI2, launch H1, launch H2 and shareholder meeting. So these are the events that I am planning to display the labels along with images and lines. As we can see, as soon as I click on any of the event and select, the details are getting displayed on timeline layout. Now let us look at how roadmap item event names and images gets displayed in Legend. I am in timeline layout in events tab and I am actually working with item events. Now let me click on something like go live date. I can see that the go live date is getting displayed on some of the roadmap items. Let me click on Legend and the Legend can actually show the go live date which I have selected. Now let me select Agile Planned. Agile Planned is getting displayed on roadmap items as well as in Legend. In the same way, Agile Planned Finish is getting displayed on roadmap items as well as Legends. In this way, roadmap item events names and images gets displayed on the Legend when the Legend is open. Let us also try to basically look at the PI1 I have selected, launch H1 I have selected, and launch H2 I have selected, shareholder meeting I have selected, and these are the events with names or images or lines. Now let us go to export to PDF. All the information that is displayed on roadmap item events Legend as well as roadmap labels, images and lines will get displayed in export to PDF. This can be exported. Now let us look at the functionality of has dependencies, has agreements filters. I click on filter, add filter, has agreements is equal to S Go to View Options. Click on Show Agreements, and we can see all the roadmap items that have been filtered with agreements as yes. Let us remove this and then add a filter for has dependencies. Select the value as yes. Now go to View Options, Show Dependencies. Would basically show the dependencies, and we can see that the filter has worked and filtered the data showing the roadmap items which have dependencies. Let us look at the functionality of drag and drop ordering on roadmap items. I have logged in as a user with roadmap edit rights. I am in roadmap grid layout. We introduced a new virtual attribute order on roadmap item that can be configured through columns in roadmap item grid. Let me open the column and then select order from the columns. Order column will be displayed as the first column in the grid. Order would reflect the ordering of roadmap items in roadmap grid on roadmap item name in ascending order. As we can see, AI Analytics is assigned the order as 1 and API Performance is assigned the order as 2. User can sort on order column. User can sort on order column. I have just sorted and it is now sorted in ascending order. User can create a roadmap item with order on ascending or descending sort, and the newly created roadmap item would reflect the new order based on sorting. Now when I click on add row and create a new roadmap item, then as we are in sorting order ascending, it would basically assign the roadmap order as 1. If the order column is sorted on descending order and if the user creates a roadmap item by clicking on plus, then order assigned will be the highest number. Now the order number is 33. Let us create a new roadmap item, and the new roadmap item created would be assigned the order number as 34. User can create a roadmap item by using insert row below option, and depending on the position of the row, the order would be allotted to that roadmap item and the subsequent order numbers of the below roadmap items will change. In this way, a user can create roadmap items with order on, and depending upon the sorting order, that is whether it is in the ascending or descending order, an order number would be allotted to the roadmap item, and subsequently the other roadmap items orders will change. Drag and drop is enabled on roadmap item grid. User with roadmap edit rights will see drag and drop icon on mouse over, and using this icon user can perform manual drag and drop. User without roadmap edit rights will not see this drag and drop icon on mouse over and cannot perform manual drag and drop. If roadmap item grid is not sorted on order, then user will see an information message and cannot perform drag and drop. Here at present, the roadmap item grid is sorted on roadmap item name. I am logged in with a user with edit rights, and now when I try to basically do this manual drag and drop, an information message appeared: items cannot be moved unless sorted by order. Now let us sort it by order column. Once the roadmap item grid is sorted on order column, user with edit rights should be able to perform drag and drop action. Now let me try to drag and drop this roadmap item here. Commercial credit is the roadmap item name that I am trying to drag and drop. The previous roadmap, the order number was 9. As you can see, commercial credit is now occupying the position with order number 4. We have introduced the capability to recalculate order from sort. We have a new column menu action available on the order column to recalculate the order values based on the currently selected grid view. User with roadmap edit rights can perform recalculated order from sort. Recalculate order from sort column menu action will be disabled if the sort is on order or for the user with no roadmap edit rights. We have roadmap item grid sorted on order column. When we click on the column menu, we can see the action recalculate order from sort is disabled. Now let us sort the roadmap item grid on roadmap item name, and we can see that the order has changed based on the sort that has been applied on roadmap item name. Now when I go to column menu, I can see the action or the option recalculate order from sort is available. Now let me click on recalculate order. As we can see, the order is recalculated and now set according to the sort that has been applied on roadmap item name. Now let us apply the second sort on ROI column. Now we have roadmap item grid sorted on 2 columns, namely first sort is applied on ROI and the second sort on roadmap item name, and we can see that the order has changed. Now let us go look at the column menu action recalculate order. Recalculate is enabled. We clicked on recalculate sort order and the sort order has been sorted and the order is set honoring the view of having ROI as the first sort and roadmap item name as the second sort. In this way, recalculate order from sort column menu action can be used to update the order on demand based on the sort order of the current view. This concludes the roadmaps enhancement section. Thank you.